What most people don't realize, your LinkedIn headline follows you everywhere. Every time you comment on a post, you show up in a search result, that headline is front and center. If it just says something like experienced professional or your job title and company name, you're basically invisible. But with a few smart words and a well-placed emoji or two, you can completely change the game. Welcome to the Conscious Professional Podcast. I'm Renee Frey, founder of TALENTQ, career matchmaker, and your guide to building a career and life you truly love. In a world where more people than ever are searching for purpose and fulfillment, I'm here to challenge the status quo and help you shift your mindset for lasting success professionally and personally. Whether you're new or a longtime listener, I'm so glad you're here. Let's get intentional, let's get inspired, and grow together. Today, we're diving into a teeny tiny section of your LinkedIn profile that packs a massive punch, your professional headline. You know, the one-liner right under your name. It might seem small, but it's actually one of the most powerful tools on your profile. It plays a key role in how you show up in searches, how you're perceived at first glance, and whether or not the right people decide to click. Your headline is your first impression and your positioning statement. It can either open doors or get overlooked entirely. What most people don't realize, your LinkedIn headline follows you everywhere. Every time you comment on a post, you show up in a search result, that headline is front and center. If it just says something like experienced professional or your job title and company name, you're basically invisible. But with a few smart words and a well-placed emoji or two, you can completely change the game. Your headline is your first impression. And if it's weak or generic, you're missing out on opportunities before anyone even clicks on your profile. Let's make sure it works for you, not against you. Before we jump into headline strategy, let's zoom out for a second because this episode isn't just about LinkedIn headlines. It's about how you show up digitally in a world that's scanning, skimming, scrolling, and searching. LinkedIn is one of the most powerful career tools available today. And yet, so many professionals are barely scratching the surface of what it really can do. And here's why it matters. It's your professional storefront. When someone Googles you, your LinkedIn profile is usually the first thing that pops up. And that headline? It's the sign above the door. It either pulls people in or it doesn't. It's also a search engine for hiring. Recruiters don't just post jobs. Hiring leaders don't just post jobs. They search for people. They type in keywords like director of operations, supply chain analyst, or maintenance manager. And if your profile doesn't have the right signals, you're invisible. And honestly, it's kind of like a career dating app. Your headline is that one-line bio people see before they decide whether to click. If it's vague or generic, they keep scrolling. But if it sparks curiosity, shows a little personality and value, you might just land your dream match. It's your resume, network, and reference list all in one. And unlike a resume, LinkedIn shows social proof, mutual connections, endorsements, recommendations, shared interests. It humanizes you. It works 24/7 even when you're not. You could be at the beach, at lunch, or sleeping and still be discovered for an opportunity. That's the beauty of optimization. And the best part, it's free. If you care about growing your career, switching industries, increasing visibility, or getting hired without applying to 100 jobs online, LinkedIn is where you should be investing your time. And if you're serious about expanding your reach, I want you to race to 500 connections as fast as you can. That magic number unlocks greater visibility, more credibility, and broader access to the hidden job market. So, why 500? Because once you hit 500 plus connections, LinkedIn stops showing your exact number and simply displays 500 plus. That signals to others, including recruiters, that you're active, engaged, and well networked. It's a credibility boost. It means you've built enough professional relationships to be visible in more searches, recommended more often, and seen as someone who's plugged in. Profiles with fewer than 500 connections often feel new or underutilized, even if you're highly qualified. So if you want more visibility and better opportunities, make it your first goal to hit that 500 plus mark. It's one of the easiest ways to level up your presence on LinkedIn. Which brings us back to today's focus, your professional headline. Why does your LinkedIn headline matter so much? Because when you show up in search results, people don't see your full profile. They see your name, your profile photo, and your headline. That's it. No one clicks a headline that says experienced professional. They click the ones that communicate value. Your LinkedIn headline should do 3 things, plus a bonus tip that can skyrocket your visibility. It should say who you are, who you help, and what value you bring. And my ultimate bonus tip is add a well-placed emoji or 2 to make your headline stand out in the feed and catch the right eyes. A strong headline is clear, specific, and scroll stopping. Emojis aren't just for flair, they break up text, show personality, and make your profile more memorable. Now, I know some of you rolled your eyes or gasped when I said emojis. You might be thinking, Renee, this is LinkedIn. I'm a professional. Listen, until you've tried it, don't knock it. I've helped thousands of people revamp their LinkedIn profiles, and this works, period. I've seen it lead to more views, more DMs, and more interviews. And I'm not saying throw a unicorn in and call it a day. I'm talking about tactful emojis like a rocket, a light bulb, a graph, bullseye, or fire. I could go on and share the tasteful emojis. You'll know which ones are right for you. Subtle, strategic, and professional, but still eye-catching. And I'm asking you to keep an open mind because what stands out gets clicks. And yes, you can use the word I on LinkedIn. In fact, I encourage it. This isn't your resume. On a resume, you would never use I. It's written in third person, stripped down, super formal, but LinkedIn, it's your space to speak directly to your audience, to show personality, to be conversational while still being professional. Adding I adds clarity. It makes your value obvious. You're not just a title. You're a person who solves problems, drives results, and leads change. So don't be afraid to own that in your headline. Speak in your own voice and make it count. Before I dive into some examples, I want to give you a quick heads up. You've probably seen that Write with AI button on your LinkedIn profile. As someone who uses ChatGPT all the time, I don't recommend relying on LinkedIn's built-in AI headline tool. It might feel like a shortcut, but all it really does is spit out your job title, company, and a slightly tweaked version of your role. Nothing that makes you stand out. It's generic, lacks personality, and honestly, sounds like every other profile out there. If you want to use AI for support, A tool like ChatGPT can absolutely help you brainstorm ideas based on your real strengths, voice, and goals. Now, AI might technically stand for artificial intelligence, but I like to call it average intelligence. Because the real magic, it only happens when you pair it with your insight, your experience, and perspective. But don't outsource your first impression to a bot that barely knows you. Your headline is where you should shine. So let's walk through a few examples of headlines. A generic headline is Finance Manager at ABC Corp. An upgraded version would be I help enterprise teams improve forecasting accuracy, saving $2 million annually. Now we know what you do, for whom, and why it matters. Another generic headline, HR Business Partner. A stronger example would be I align talent strategy with business goals across global tech teams. This shows level, function, and impact. A generic headline, Operations Leader at XYZ Company. A stronger example would be I drive efficiency, safety, and cost savings in multi-site manufacturing environments. See that difference? One blends in, the other stands out. What about keywords? Yeah, they matter big time. Think like a recruiter. What would they type to find someone like you? Use clear, common terms. Avoid internal titles or acronyms that nobody understands. Every company has its own internal titling system. And let's be real, it rarely translates to the outside walls outside of that org. So use language that reflects what you actually do, not just what your company calls you. I'll never forget when I worked at Target, we literally had an acronym section on the internal wiki page because we used so many. And I'm telling you, if you said half of those acronyms to someone on the street, they would look at you like you were speaking another language. So skip the insider jargon, use clear, searchable terms that someone outside your company would actually type into LinkedIn. This isn't about sounding clever. It's about being discoverable and clear. But don't just keyword stuff. Avoid writing a headline that looks like this: supply chain, forecast, strategy, leadership, team management. That's not a headline, that's a shopping list. Instead, blend your keywords into your value. I lead high-performing teams in supply chain operations to drive efficiency and cost savings. That's 100 times stronger. Now, you're searchable and compelling. If you want to stand out even more, add numbers. Data builds trust. Here's an example. Senior program manager leading projects globally. A better example is I deliver complex $10 million transformation programs across APAC and EMEA. These aren't braggy, and you can use those because APAC and EMEA are common. Clarity beats clever every single time. Add a human touch. People don't hire bullet points, they hire humans. And your tagline tells a story. A short one, but a powerful one. And if it's scroll stopping, they won't just glance. They will click and take in your entire profile. And that's where your full profile goes to work. Are you known for building teams? Say it. Are you a change agent during M&A transitions? Say it. Now, I know you're all at the edge of your seat ready to update yours, right? I want you to start drafting your headline now. You can write it down, type it into your notes app, or open LinkedIn and dive right in. This isn't about getting it perfect. You're not going to get it perfect on the first try. It's about getting it clear, compelling, and click-worthy. That's normal. Play with different versions. Try out new phrasing, swap in a number, add an emoji or two. Here's the framework. Start with an emoji, then the word I, then add who you help or your area of expertise, add a measurable or strategic result, use 1 to 2 target keywords that everyone understands, and then end with an emoji. Keep it under 100 characters. Start coming up with the statement first, then add in the emojis. Your headline needs to stand on its own first. And once it's clear and powerful, the right emojis are going to enhance it, not distract from it. Read it out loud. Would you click on it? This is where you can turn to ChatGPT and ask, what are 2 tasteful emojis I could use to bookend this headline on LinkedIn? And once you've crafted your awesome new professional headline, don't keep it a secret. Turn on the profile update notifications in your settings so your whole network will be notified. That one little toggle lets your entire network know you've made a change, putting your fresh new positioning front and center. It's a small move that can instantly boost your visibility and spark conversations, new connections, or even job offers. Next, go to your LinkedIn profile and click the little pencil icon to the right of your name. And in the headline field, paste it in and click save. My final thoughts for you is your headline is not a throwaway line. It's not just another box to fill. It's your first impression, your positioning, your elevator pitch in one sentence. And just like your career, it should evolve. I recommend setting a quarterly reminder on your calendar to revisit it and refine your headline. Use it to reflect your current wins, goals, and target roles. So let's recap. What makes a great headline? Clear structure, use I, who you help, the value or result you create, use keywords naturally, include numbers when possible, and some emojis. Be human, not robotic. No fluff, no seeking. Lead with what you offer. Here's your call to action. Draft 3 variations of your headline. Pick the one that speaks directly to your next role or ideal client. Post it, test it, tweak it later. And if you want help, drop your headline in the comments or DM me and I'll give it a quick audit. If this was helpful, like, share, or subscribe for more real talk about landing jobs, growing careers, and showing up powerfully in your work. Until next time, make your headline count. It's way more than a title. It's your opportunity to open doors while you sleep. See you next week. Cheers, everyone.